Hi, can I have your name, please?
Yeah, Christopher Michael Herrera.
Which number would he be?
I mean,
All right.
he is on Michael.
Sir, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have a warrant for your arrest for criminal trespassing. I'm going to date July the 31st at 1:30 p.m. in Tucson City Court. So you are being released, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And if the jail can hear me, do we have any Spanish speakers today?
No. No, we don't, Your Honor.
Okay, is the interpreter on with us?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. You can be released. They said we don't have any. I guess we'll call you if something else changes, but
Okay,
thank
thank
you.
you very much, Your Honor. The interpreter appreciates it. Have a good day.
The next one should be number 1 then, right?
Okay. He's doing it.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Veronica Gregoria Borbon.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on several different things. First,
Yes, Your Honor.
you have new charges of disorderly conduct out of justice court. On the new charges out of justice court, I am going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of July the 8th at 10:30 in the morning with Judge Foreman in justice court. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the victims' locations. Next, you have a probation violation warrant out of the city of Tucson. On the probation violation warrant, I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm going to set your bond at $100. I'm going to give you a new court date.
Okay, Your Honor.
I'm going to give you a new court date of July the 7th at 1:45 p.m. Post the bond, you will be released. Otherwise, you'll remain in custody. If you post the bond, your new court date will be July the 22nd. Good luck to
Jesus.
you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Leones? Yeah, it would be Pima. All the way out with the Pima. Oh.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Arthur Briones.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of assault, criminal damage, disorderly conduct, domestic violence. I'm going to release you today. I'm going to give you a new court date in justice court on July the 8th at 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. with Judge Foreman. You must appear at that time or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't go to any victim location. You are being released. Make sure you make your next court date on July the 8th, please.
All right.
Good luck to
Thank
you.
Let's go. All the way out with the nails.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Kevin Eskew.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here to conduct your initial appearance today. You're charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct, preventing the use of 911. I am going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of July the 8th at 10:30 a.m. in Justice Court with Judge Foreman. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't go to any victim location. You are being released. Your next court date is July the 8th at 10:30 in the morning. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Anthony Ramos.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have a warrant from South Tucson. Do you understand why you're here today?
I don't, because I've been complying with them and.
Okay, well, you have a warrant.
Okay,
I'm going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date in South Tucson on July the 15th at 10 a.m. You must appear at that time or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
Okay, you are being released. July 15th is your court date. Make sure you make it.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you. Hi, can I have your name?
Allison Blake.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have a bunch of warrants from Tucson City Court. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
I'm going to set your bond at $100 and give you a new court date of July the 8th. I'm going to appoint the office of the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you. If you post the bond, your new court date will be July 29th. Standard release conditions will apply in your case, but your bond is $100. Good luck to you.
Excuse me, they said I had a probation fault.
I'm sorry, ma'am, do you have a question?
I'm sorry, they said I had a probation fault.
You may have a probation, but that's not what I'm dealing with right now.
Oh,
I'm here to talk to you about your Tucson City Court cases.
okay,
So your
thank
next
you.
court date is July the 8th, ma'am. Thank you.
No, down with the females, okay.
Can I have your name, please?
Robert Bustamante.
Okay, you're here today because you have a warrant out of the city of Tucson for criminal trespass. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date. That new court date is going to be August the 4th. You must appear at that time or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, you are being released. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You might want to make that 4 a little more cleaner. I tried to fix it, but. Good morning. Can I have your name, please?
Nicholas Campos.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here to conduct your initial appearance today. You're charged with disorderly conduct. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of August the 5th at 1:30 p.m. in Tucson City Court. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't go to a victim location. Do you understand these release conditions?
Yes.
You must appear in court on August 5th or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you. You're going to be released.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Primero Garcia.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have a open container case and a trespass. You failed to appear and you have a warrant. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yeah.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of July the 29th at 9:30 in the morning in Tucson City Court. You must appear at that time. Standard release conditions will apply in your case. You are being released, but you must appear on July 29th. Do you understand?
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you.
All right. You have a good day.
You too.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Fenton George.
Can I have that one more time, please?
Fenton George.
Okay, thank you. You're here today because you have DUI warrants out of the city of Tucson. What I'm going to do is set your bond at $100 and give you a new court date of July the 8th at 1:45 p.m. If you post the $100 bond, your new court date will be July 28th at 9:30 a.m. So your bond is $100. I'm imposing standard release conditions. If you, again, post the bond, you'll be released. Otherwise, you'll see the judge on July the 8th. I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Do you have any questions?
You have to pay right away or no?
If you pay $100, you'll be released, yes. Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, with nails up there.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Randall Johnson.
Okay, you're here today because you have several warrants out of the city of Tucson. You failed to appear. I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $100. I'm going to give you a new court date of July the 8th. If you post that bond, you'll be released, but then your court date will be August the 4th. I am appointing the Office of the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you. So if you post the $100, again, you'll be released. Otherwise, you'll have court on July the 8th. You do have a public defender. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ortiz.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Erwin Ortiz.
Hi, this is Judge Hazel. I'm going to conduct your initial appearance today. You're here today on a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of July 29th at 9:30 in the morning in Tucson City Court. Standard release conditions will apply. If you fail to appear on July 29th, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes.
You are being released. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Nelly.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Robert Pinales.
I am Judge Hazel. You have some warrants for your arrest for trespassing out of the city of Tucson. I'm going to release you. You have a new paraphernalia charge as well. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date.
Thank you, sir.
That new court date will be July the 21st at 2:30 in the afternoon in Tucson City Court. You must appear at that time or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you. You're being released.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Dion Scott.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today on assault and disorderly conduct domestic violence charges. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of July the 28th at 10 a.m. in Tucson City Court. You must appear at that time. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't go to any victim location. Do you understand these release conditions?
Yes, sir.
You'll get a copy of your date. Just make sure that you appear on July 28th or a warrant will issue for your arrest, okay?
Okay.
All right, you have a good day.
God bless you, sir.
Go down the stairs.
Can I have your name, please?
Hello, it's Diego Ramirez.
What number would he? Okay, sir, you're here today on charges of disorderly conduct, domestic violence. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
I'm going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of July the 8th at 10:30 in the morning in Justice Court with Judge Foreman. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't go to any victim location. Do you understand these release conditions?
Yes.
You are being released. Your next court date is July the 8th at 10:30 in the morning in Justice Court. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Okay. Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
So we have a 4-month-old daughter. So would I just not see her in that time, or how does that work?
I would suggest that you contact a lawyer. I can't tell you that, but you can have no contact with the alleged victims.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Have a good one.
So what should be the next one then? Any idea?
Yes, absolutely. Because they also not be able to track you, so that was here. I know. Download your expert, but you see on the stuff, really something, so please, that's the, set up my day, choose the house.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Georgiana Rangel.
Can you say that a little slower for me, please?
Georgiana Rangel. Shit. Yeah. We have the wrong person. 1 second.
So,
Yeah. Have a seat.
Hi, can I have your name?
Reyes Corral.
Okay, sir, you're here today because you have some warrants out of Tucson City Court. You also have new charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Does the state have a position in this matter?
I apologize, I didn't catch the name.
Reyes Perel.
Judge, the state is recommending pretrial services as well as a steps court hearing.
Attorney for the defendant.
We're fine with that.
Okay, sir, the prosecutor is offering you an opportunity to have your case dismissed by completing a diversion program called the STEPS program. Does the defendant waive time for a timely preliminary hearing?
Is he getting released on his misdemeanors?
I haven't got that far yet.
Right, well, that would depend actually, that would depend on if we'd ask for a bond on the felony.
Yeah, I'm gonna release him on his misdemeanors.
Okay, we'll waive.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna give you a new preliminary hearing date of August the 12th.
Okay, sounds good.
So on your justice court case, you're being released. You have a STEPS hearing on July 7th, a preliminary hearing on August the 12th.
All right. Thank you.
Let's go on to your warrants from city court. I'm going to give you a new court date of August the 4th in Tucson City Court at 9:30 a.m. with standard conditions. So you're being released on all charges. You need to make future court dates or a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Okay, yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay. What?
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Okay, Gomez.
Judge, we'll waive reading.
What number is Mr. Gomez? Does the state have a recommendation on Mr. Gomez?
Your Honor, the state is recommending a bond of $750,000. That is the bond listed in the warrant. The state would note the recommendation is based on the nature of the offense as well as the fact that the victim in the case is the son of Mr. Gomez.
Attorney for the defendant.
Yes, Your Honor, he's got no prior felony history, and he is able to stay with his mother.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to affirm the Superior Court bond of $750,000. I'm going to set this matter for an arraignment in Superior Court on July the 7th. I am going to issue standard release conditions, appoint the public defender. Additional conditions, no contact with any victims, don't go to any victim location. Sir, your next court date is on July the 7th. Good luck to you.
This one is for 111. 111 to once.
How did that one get skipped?
It didn't get skipped. Just repeat it.
No. I don't know why we didn't do this one already. What's your name, please?
Elizabeth Gonzalez.
All right, thank you. You're here today on a warrant out of Justice Court or new charges out of City Court, I'm sorry, for disorderly conduct, assault, criminal damage. I am going to release you with the conditions that you don't go to any victim location and not have any contact with the victim. So I'm going to give you a new court date of July the 8th. at 1:30 p.m. in Tucson City Court. So you are being released, but you must appear at that time. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, good luck to you.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna go down in the pit with the other beans. Thanks. Garcia?
Sir, can I have your name, please?
Jeremiah Garcia.
You're here today because you have a warrant for your arrest out of Superior Court, and you have new charges of aggravated domestic violence. Does the state have a position on these two cases?
Judge, as for the warrant case, the state is recommending the $500 bond that is listed in that warrant. The state would note a prior DUI conviction on his record. As for the domestic violence case, the state would recommend a bond of $10,000, given the criminal history, including domestic violence convictions with the same victim.
Okay, thank you. Attorney for the defendant?
Yes, for the DUI case, this is a refiled case. And he was issued a summons and, probably didn't know about the court date. And with respect to the other case, he doesn't have prior felony convictions. His only prior felony arrest is the DUI case that was refiled.
Thank you. On the warrant out of Superior Court, I'm going to affirm the $500 bond, set this matter for an arraignment on July the 7th at 1:30 p.m. in Superior Court. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender with standard release conditions. As to the other case, I'm going to appoint the public defender as well. I'm going to set a secured bond in the amount of $2,500, set that matter for a preliminary hearing on July the 8th. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't go to any victim location. Again, the Office of the Public Defender is being appointed. So your total bond is $3,000. If you post it, you must appear on all court dates on July 8th and July 7th. If you do not post the bond, you will remain in custody. Your lawyer will be in contact with you. Good luck to you, sir.
So you're gonna get paid once, like two cases, so like different forward dates.
So the DUI one?
Yeah.
So I got the discussion,
Right, it was refiled.
but they didn't tell me that.
Well, they sent you a summons, but, okay, so it's refiled, so, the bond's $500. And then this one is 25. Yeah, okay, that's it.
Morning, can I have your name, please?
This is Paul Beta.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here to conduct your initial appearances today. You're here today on possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. The state have a recommendation in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, the state recommends pretrial services as well as a steps court hearing.
Attorney for the defendant?
That's fine.
And does the defendant waive time for a timely preliminary hearing?
Yes,
Sir, the state's offering you attorney an opportunity to have your case dismissed by completing the STEPS program, which is a diversion program.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of August the 12th. For the STEPS hearing, for the preliminary hearing, a new court date of July the 7th for your STEPS hearing, the diversion program. You are being released through the services of pretrial services. You must comply with their orders, but you are going to be released. Your next court date is July the 7th.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thanks for it. Yeah. I need to. Good. Good luck. Well, great.
Hi, can I have your name?
Tiana Alegría.
Hi, you're here today on a charge of aggravated assault. Does the state have a position in this matter?
Your Honor, the state's okay with release to pretrial services.
Attorney for the defendant.
No objection.
Ma'am, I'm going to release you on the recommendation of the county attorney. Give you a new court date of July the 18th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't go to any victim location. You are being released. Your new court date is July the 18th. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, all the way down to the one that came out on the summit. Sorry, this was briefest.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Victor Conriquez.
Okay, you're here today on charges unlawful possession of dangerous drugs, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. You have some warrants from the city of Tucson. You have a warrant from Sarita. Does the
Yes.
state have a position on this matter?
Your Honor, the state recommends a bond of $5,000 given the criminal history, including an active NVCA flag.
Attorney for the defendant?
I'm just looking on the interim, on here it says taking contraband correctional facility. I don't see that.
That was the first time.
Oh, that's a separate case?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess there's a separate case for tonight. Then, then wouldn't the possession case be a steps case?
Is that a question for me or for the county attorney?
County attorney.
I was reading them together. I didn't realize the contraband case had been separated. So
Right.
if it is just possession, then yes, he would be steps eligible.
So what's the county attorney's recommendation on the possession case? As besides steps, are you asking for a bond or no?
Judge, we would still request a bond because I'll be requesting a bond tonight for the contraband case, but we can make it a $500 time credit bond.
Okay. Now it's the time for the public defender to speak.
We'd ask for a steps hearing and no other information.
Okay, I'm going to set this for a steps hearing on July 7th, a preliminary hearing on July the 8th. I'm going to set the bond at $500. Standard release conditions will apply in this matter. I am appointing the office of the public defender on this matter. All right, let's go on to your Sarita case. On your Sarita case, I am going to release you and give you a new court date of July the 22nd at 8:30 in the morning in Sarita. With standard conditions. All right, let's go on to your Tucson City Court warrants now. We have multiple warrants out of the city of Tucson for trespassing, shoplifting, disorderly conduct, trespassing. On those matters, I am going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you. I'm going to set your bond at $100. I'm going to give you a new court date for video review on July the 8th. And that'll be at 1:45 p.m. You're out of custody at that time. Your new court date will be July the 31st at 9 a.m. in Tucson City Court. So as you've heard the attorneys speak, you're going to have another case that you're going to be brought back tonight for, but at this point, your bond stands in the amount of $600. But I will see you again tonight, okay?
So they're gonna bring you back tonight, bringing contraband and correction facility case. I don't have any information on it, but they're gonna have it tonight. Work for that, okay? Sorry about this, and then you'll be brought back, okay?
So on.
No, that's it. Yeah, hold on.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Paul Girocota.
You have a warrant for your arrest out of Superior Court on a charge of burglary. You failed to appear and the judge set a $5,000 bond. That is why you're here today. I'm Judge Hayes. I'm here to conduct your initial appearance. Does the state have a recommendation?
Your Honor, the state is recommending the $5,000 bond listed in the warrant.
Attorney for the defendant?
Judge, this appears to be a direct indictment, and he wasn't aware of the case for that warrant because he didn't know about the case. He's a lifelong resident. He's employed full time, and he has a place to stay.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to set the bond at $2,500 to set this matter for an arraignment in Superior Court on July the 7th. I'm appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant. Standard conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't go to the location. Sir, your bond is $2,500. Your new court is July the 7th. If you post the bond, you will be released, but you must appear in court. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Good luck to you, sir.
I have no idea what this is.
It's a refile lease.
I have a
I'm sending a new charge that they indicted me.
Can I have your name, please?
Marvell Ebright.
Okay, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today. You have several things going on. You have a new charge of aggravated domestic violence, a new charge of unlawful means of transportation, and a warrant out of Tucson City Court. Does the state have a recommendation in this matter?
Judge, as for the domestic violence case, the state recommends a bond of $20,000 given the extensive domestic violence history, the high scores from pretrial services, and the active NVCA flag. And for the remaining case, the state would recommend a $1,000 bond.
Okay, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, he's lived here for 45 years, and he's disabled.
All right, thank you. What I'm going to do is on the domestic violence case, I'm going to set a bond of $5,000 cash secured with pretrial if posted. Standard release conditions, including no contact with any victims, don't return to any victim location. Set the matter for a preliminary hearing on July the 8th at 1:30 p.m. and again appoint the Office of Public Defender. On the other case, I'm going to set a bond in the amount of $2,500, set it at the same date, time, and place with the same conditions. And again, no contact with any victims, don't return to victim locations. Also appointing the Office of the Public Defender. He has a warrant out of the city of Tucson as well for criminal trespassing. I'm going to set this matter for a non-transport review on September the 5th. And I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender in Tucson to represent the defendant. The time on that hearing will be at 9 a.m. Standard release conditions will apply in that matter. So, sir, your next court dates are July the 8th. If you post that $7,500 bond, you will be released. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Way up with the minutes.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Raymond Garcia.
Hi, Mr. Garcia. You're here today on I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Does the state have a recommendation in this matter?
Your Honor, the state recommends pretrial services release as well as a steps court hearing.
Attorney for the defendant.
No objection.
Okay, sir, I'm going to release you and give you a steps hearing, which is a diversion program where if you complete, the case will be dismissed. That'll be on July the 7th at 9 a.m. On August the 12th, you'll have your preliminary hearing. You are being released through the services of pretrial services. You must appear at all future court hearings or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're being released. Good luck to you, sir.
Make sure you go. Okay.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jose Heredia.
Okay, you're here today because you have a charge of aggravated DUI, DV assault, liquor in a vehicle, and then you have a ticket out of Marana. Does the state have a position on the felony charge?
Your Honor, the state recommends a bond of $10,000. He has a prior DUI conviction and appears to be on probation in a separate case.
Attorney for the defendant.
We'd ask for a bond for time credit because he's being detained on his probation case.
All right, I'm going to set the bond at $5,000. Set this matter for a preliminary hearing on July the 8th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to impose standard release conditions in this matter. I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender. Sir, since you have a probation hold, I am holding you on a bond, giving you a new court date of July the 8th. Let's go on to your Marana case now. On your Marana case, I am going to release you, give you a new court date of July the 30th. So on Marana, you are being released. Good luck to you, sir.
At what time?
Marana is at 10 o'clock in the morning. Hi, can I have your name, please? Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
Does the state have a position in this matter?
Your Honor, the state recommends a bond of $15,000 given the 6 prior convictions as well as the fact that she appears to be on probation.
State have our defense have a recommendation, please?
She's being held without bond on her probation case, so we'd ask that you set a nominal bond with time credit. They're being held without bond. On your probation case.
I'm going to set this matter for preliminary hearing on July the 8th at 1:30 PM. I'm going to appoint the office of the public defender. I'm going to impose standard release conditions. I'm going to set the bond at $5,000. That's cash secured, pretrial if posted. Ma'am, you're being held on a probation violation, so you would not be released anyway. I'm setting a bond so you get credit for the time that you're in custody. Your new court date is July the 8th, ma'am. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Your probation would have goes on until November of 2025. So you're not, you're on probation. But when I got what the judge told me, or whatever, you'll have to figure that out. What's your, you'll have a court date for your probation case next week. We'll go.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jordan Abraham Lugo Dorme.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of felony DUI. Does the state have a position on release on this matter?
Your Honor, the state recommends a bond of $10,000. He has a prior DUI conviction as well as 2 prior felony convictions.
Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, he's a lifelong resident and he lives with his mother, and he's employed full-time. Looks like he is on federal probation.
Yes, he is.
So I don't know what they're gonna do there, but we'd ask for, a reasonable bond.
Thank you. I'm going to set his bond in the amount of $5,000, set the matter for July the 8th at 1:30 PM in Superior Court. I'm going to impose standard release conditions with the further condition that the public defender to be appointed to represent him. So your next court date is July the 8th. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. You'll have to continue your federal matter. Good luck.
You can't get inside. No.
Thank you.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Griselda Morales.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today on felony shoplifting charges. Does the state have a position on release in this matter?
Your Honor, the state would recommend a bond of $2,500. She does have 4 prior felony convictions.
Attorney for the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. We'd ask that, here's, she's homeless and, although she can stay in Florence with her boyfriend. So, she does have that, but it doesn't appear she can post any bond at this point.
All right, I'm going to set the bond at $1,000. Set this matter for preliminary hearing on July the 8th at 1:30 PM. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't go to the victim location. I am appointing the office of the public defender to represent the defendant. Ma'am, your next court date is going to be July the 8th. Yeah,
When I attended all my reports.
He gave you a bond, $1,000. You talk to the lawyer about getting the bond.
Again, starting with a bunch of preach when I was doing because I'm making around here.
We'll talk to your lawyer about modifying the bond. Okay? That's it.
hi, can I have your name, please?
Carla.
Okay, you're here today because you have new aggravated assault charges and then you have domestic violence charges out of the city of Tucson. Does the state wish to be heard on the felony matter?
Your Honor, the state recommends release to pretrial services.
Attorney for the defendant?
No objection.
Ma'am, I'm going to release you on your felony charges and give you a new court date of July the 18th at 1:30 PM. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't go to a victim location. Now let's go on to your charges out of city court. You have new charges out of city court of disorderly conduct, criminal trespass. On those charges, I am going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of July the 25th at 2 p.m. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't go to any victim location. So you're being released on all charges, ma'am. Make sure that you make your court dates or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Again, your city court case is the 19th at 2:30, 2 o'clock. Good luck to you, ma'am.
That's it. Thanks. And I know.
Can I have your name, please?
So, you know,
So you're here today on two things. You have new charges on lawful imprisonment and aggravated domestic violence. And then you have a outstanding warrant from the state of Texas. First, does the state have a position on the new felony charges?
Judge, as to the new felony charges, the state recommends a bond of $25,000, given the history as well as multiple warrants from multiple jurisdictions.
Thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Yes, he's a lifelong resident, and he lives with his two kids. He's employed full time, and that's all we have. Ron.
Thank you. Sir, on your new felony charges, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000, cash secured if posted through pretrial supervision through pretrial. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't go to victim locations. On that matter, I am appointing the legal defender to represent you. Your new court date is July the 8th. Let's go on to your felony warrant out of the state of Texas. I'm also going to set a $10,000 bond on that matter, appoint the legal defender to represent you, set that matter for a fugitive hearing on July 3rd in Superior Court at 2:30 in the afternoon. So on all matters, you have the legal defender to represent you. Your total bond is $20,000. Good luck.
And Your Honor, for Mr. The warrant out of Texas, the state is recommending a no bond hold. It is a post-conviction warrant, so he would not be eligible for bail.
Okay, well, I've made a ruling. I think he'll be in custody. Thank you.
Next piece is so one more. That's right. Pringle.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Yes, yeah.
I'm sorry, can I have your name, please?
George Honoringa.
Okay, you're here today on charges of criminal damage, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, new felony charges. And you have a warrant out of the city of Tucson for possession of drug paraphernalia. Does the state have a position on release in this matter?
Your Honor, the state's okay with pretrial services.
Okay. No objection.
Okay, on your new felony matter, ma'am, I'm going to release you to pretrial services with standard release conditions with no contact with any victims. Don't return to the scene of the crime. I'm appointing the illegal defender. Your new court date will be July the 18th at 1:30 p.m.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, let me go on to your Tucson city warrant now. On your Tucson city warrant, I'm going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of July the 29th,
July 29th.
and that'll be at 9:30 in the morning in Tucson City Court. You must have used that time. Standard release conditions will apply in your case. So you're being released on all cases. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
Can I have your name, please?
Dr. Basantiel,
Can you say that a little slower for me, please?
Dr. Basantiel,
Okay, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Your Honor, the state's recommending a bond of $5,000, given the amount of drugs that were located. This is going to be charged as a sales case, not a possession case.
Okay, attorney for the defendant.
Yes, he's got no prior felony convictions. He's lived in Tucson for 20 years and lives with his parents. And he's got no criminal activities. But
Okay, I'm going to set the bond in the amount of $2,500, appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant. Set this matter for a preliminary hearing on July the 8th. Standard release conditions will apply. Sir, if you post the bond, you will be released. Otherwise, you'll remain in custody until your next court date. Good luck to you. And again, I've appointed the public defender to represent you. Sir, can I have your name, please?
Michael Chibo.
Okay, you're here today because you have new charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of dangerous drugs, and you have a warrant for your arrest for possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, and possession of drug paraphernalia. First, does the state have a position on the warrant?
Your Honor, the state is recommending a $500 bond, which is the warrant amount. It was a mistake to click step support hearing. He would not be eligible on the warrant case.
All right. Attorney for the defendant?
yes, he did miss his court date, but he indicates he's homeless.
I'm not homeless. I'm staying at my sister's.
Okay. He's staying at his sister's. And
And I started a new job coming up.
it looks like the warrant case was his first felony arrest.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to affirm the $500 bond and set the matter for an arraignment on July the 7th at 1:30 p.m. Standard release conditions will apply. I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent him on that matter. All right, let's go on to his new charge. Does the state have a recommendation on the new charge?
Your Honor, the state would recommend another $500 bond on that case, and he would be steps toward eligible on this case as well.
Attorney for the defendant?
Nothing to add.
Okay, sir, on your new charge, I am going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I'm going to impose standard release conditions. With the additional condition, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $500. I am going to set this matter for a steps hearing on July 7th and a preliminary hearing on July the 8th. A steps hearing is where you're given an opportunity to complete a diversion program. If you complete the program, the case will be dismissed. So you have new court dates on July 8th and July 7th. The public defender has been appointed on all cases. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Alice.
Sir, can I have your name, please?
Martin Alberto Diaz.
Okay, you're here today first because you have a warrant for your arrest out of Superior Court for possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. The state have a position on this matter?
Your Honor, the state's recommending the $500 bond listed in the warrant.
Attorney for the defendant?
Judge, we'd ask that you consider release to the supervision of pretrial services.
Thank you. I'm going to affirm the prior bond amount of $500. Set this matter for an arraignment on July the 7th. Appoint the public defender. Standard release conditions will apply. And that arraignment will be at 1:30 from the city of Tucson. You have new charges out of Tucson of trespassing, public nuisance, obstructing a refusal to give a truthful name. On these new charges, I am going to set the matter for a video review on July the 8th at 1:45 p.m. And then if you are released, I will set the matter for July the 28th at 10 a.m. In the Tucson City case, I am going to set your bond at $100. I am going to appoint the Office of the Tucson Public Defender to represent you in this matter. Sir, if you post these bonds, you will be released, but you must appear in court at all future court hearings. Good luck to you.
Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Sir, can I have your name, please?
Cameron Ventura.
Okay, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on several things. First, you have new charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Does the state have a recommendation on that matter?
Your Honor, the state recommends a bond of $15,000. He has a Pinal County case with the same charges as well.
Attorney for the defendant?
On the new charges, it appears he's homeless, not employed. With respect to the warrant case, he indicated that he was in the tribal jail when he was supposed to go to court.
Thank you. All right, on both cases, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender, or on the first case, I'm sorry. I'm going to set the bond on each case in the amount of $10,000. On the new matter, I'm going to set the matter for a preliminary hearing on July the 8th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court with standard release conditions. On the other matter, I'm going to set it for a review on July the 28th to make sure that he's been transported or in the process of resolving cases here. Bond will also be $10,000. Sir, when you get to that county, they will appoint a lawyer to represent you in all further proceedings. So your new court date is July the 8th, sir. Good luck to you. Does the county attorney have anything further this morning?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.